Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Behind the Crimes with your host, Michelle Sutton. Today's been a heavy day. Hey Julie, hey Cool Gamer. It's been a heavy day. Originally, this video was going to be only on Madalina and Madalina only. However, news has broke on the other two cases we have been following. So, hey Kim. To me, the title of tonight's live, Hope Flies on Angel Wings, just kind of like there's still hope that we can find Madalina. There's still hope that we can bring her home. There's still hope that she can be found safe. And I have faith that, maybe Anna and Athena are guiding Madalina right now. Or they'll guide us to the answers to where Madalina is. Hey Jay. So what I want to do is just take a moment. Let me share these videos, share the video to all the groups, and then I want to get into discussing today's events. I gotta find me my channel, your channel. Let me also hit the share button. Share. Make sure. Copy. Okay. Sorry guys. There's got to be a quicker way to do this. You would think anyways. I did make another short video today. You guys, it's not getting very much attraction, so we kind of need to boost that video. If you guys don't mind, go watch that. It's only 51 seconds long. And hit the likes and comment on it so that we can fight the algorithm and start getting these faces out. All right, save that. Facebook. Here we go. All right. Hey TF. Hey sister. Okay. So where we are right now. Yeah. We're gonna start with Athena. Today, Athena's body was recovered. Her remains were found today. And the people that are involved in that sweet baby's life being taken away from her are both in jail. There's still he said, she said, stuff going around. So, unfortunately, a life of a 4-year-old had to be taken off of this earth for two selfish people, from two selfish people that were supposed to be her caregivers, that took her and her sister in, had them for a year. For whatever reason, that the bio parents didn't have them. I do not have the answers to that. I just know that at this point, what happened to Athena um, was not fair in any way. The timeline that we were originally given has now been completely, it is now a completely different timeline than what we were originally given. This is a trigger warning episode. I should probably make that a banner. Let me do that now. Create a banner. Okay, scroll, add banner. Okay, so all right. So the probable cause for Yvonne's arrest came out today. And there are details of that incident that took place the night that Athena went missing. I'm going to get that affidavit up so you guys can see it and better understand what has happened and how the story has changed. In the world. God, I have so much stuff, you guys, it's not even funny. Okay. So the affidavit, I'm not going to put it on the screen. I don't really want this uploaded. I'm just going to read it to you guys. Well, no, that wouldn't be smart. Hold on. Why is my thing not rolling? There it goes. And Foxfire is going to join us, so give me just 1 second to get her on the panel. No, that's not what I want. You guys, I'm sorry. My heart is broken, and my mind is just everywhere, but where I need it to be right now, apparently. The affidavit. Let me grab that. Well, it's the probable cause. Do 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 do. Oh, wait, I didn't see these. There's some more, you guys. We'll go back to those, but I want to get the one that was released during the time that they were locating her body. And then we'll come back to those because I had not seen those. So there's some more details, apparently. They're not holding back on info on this case. Oklahoma is like, here you go. All right. Oh, somebody cut this one. I don't want to use that one because it's cut. Okay. And then I need to zoom in so you guys will be able to see it. Yeah. Present. Share screen. All right, remember you guys, this is a trigger warning. Definitely a trigger warning.
Then as soon as you get guys out the door, yeah, as soon as you get guys out the door.
All right. The probable cause exists to cause the arrest of Yvonne Neal Adams for the public offense against the said county and state, to wit, first-degree murder, S21-70 701.7, and the probable cause the affiliate believe in such facts exist as follows, to wit. What the world? I just messed up. Okay. All right, just making sure it was sharing. On January 10th of 2023, 5-year-old AA was located wandering near her residence at 225 West Nebraska Avenue, Cyril, Caddo County, Oklahoma, by the male person. Male person's name is redacted. Called the local police, and the Cyril Police Chief Garrett Rainey responded. AA was forensically interviewed and disclosed she had been home alone and she is tired of being alone. Rainey received a call from one of the caretakers of AA, Alicia Adams, who asked where AA's 4-year-old sister, AAKA, was located. At that moment, it was learned that AAKA was missing. AAKA being Athena, okay? AA is her 5-year-old sister. Reported she called Alyssa mom and Allie and called Alicia's husband, Yvonne Adams, dad, and Uncle Yvonne. AAKA and AA's biological mother, and biological's mother's name is redacted, left Athena and her sister in the care of Alicia and Yvonne approximately a year and a half, 2 years ago. Alicia and Yvonne never took AA and AAKA to the doctor for checkups and did not enroll AA into school. Review of phone records for Alicia and Yvonne did not match with what they reported to Flores on December 26, 2022, between 4:15 and 05:30 hours. Yvonne's phone records show his phone leaving 225 West Nebraska, and traveling to near Rush Springs, Oklahoma. Alicia and Avon had previous residence located in the Rush Springs, Oklahoma area. Okay, this is the part that is triggering you guys. So I do advise that if you have not seen this, and it may trigger you to mute for a moment and then come back when the screen is no longer sharing. Okay, so I'll give you guys a moment to decide. And I'm going to add Oxy up here. All right. All right, I've given you guys a moment. Here's what has happened. On January 12th, 2023, Flores re-interviewed Alicia and read her the Miranda warning. On January 12th, 2023, Flores re-interviewed. You got to mute my background and read her the Miranda warning. You got to mute me. I can hear me. And read her the Miranda warning, to which she waived. Alicia confessed.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Confessed that on December 25th, 2022, around midnight that night, Avon beat AAKA, held her up by her arms. AAKA was not moving and her eyes were barely open. He then laid her on the ground and punched her at least 3 more times in her chest. Athena never moved after that. This occurred at their residence on 225 West Nebraska. Avon then left around 0100 hours on December 26, 2022, with Athena. When he arrived back, he told Alicia that he had buried her near a fence line that was next to their old residence in Rush Springs. He informed her he placed a large broken branch over the burial site. Due to these circumstances, we believe Avon Adams committed first-degree murder. Whew.
Okay, I think I fixed it, Michelle.
You did.
Is everything okay now?
Yeah, you did fix it. So, those are the details that we have now. Let me go back to those that I just seen. Let me go back to those that I just seen. It was in a different group. I'm going to just check them before I show them, make sure it's verifiable. Okay, it's just, yeah, I can share this. All right, so this is in the District Court of the 6th Judicial District of the State of Oklahoma, sitting in for Caddo County. Caddo County. I'm not sure how to say it. Caddo, I'm not sure. Count 1, murder in the first degree, child abuse. Count 2, child neglect. State of Oklahoma, County of Caddo. I, Jason M. Hicks, the undersigned district attorney of said county, in the name and by the authority of the state of Oklahoma, give information that in the said county of Caddo And in the state of Oklahoma, Yvonne Neal Adams III did then and there unlawfully, willfully, knowingly, and wrongfully commit the crimes of count 1, murder in the first degree, child abuse, a felony. The defendant, Yvonne Neal Adams III, did then and there in Caddo County, Oklahoma, on or about the 25th of December 2022, caused the death of Athena, a child born, date of birth 9/20/18, to wit, the death of Athena was caused by the defendant Yvonne Neal Adams III as a result of the willful or malicious use of unreasonable force against Athena. Said unreasonable force being that said defendant did then and there strike said Athena multiple times on and about her body and specifically in her chest area. This crime is punishable by death, imprisonment for life, or imprisonment for life without parole. Count 2, child neglect, a felony on or between the 6th day of January 2023 and the 10th day of January 2023 by willfully, maliciously neglecting the sister, date of birth of 7/2017, 5 years old at that time, did leave the child without supervision and medical care. This crime is punishable by imprisonment in the custody of the Department of Correction, not exceeding life imprisonment, or by imprisonment in a county jail, not exceeding 1 year, or by a fine of not less than $500. The hell? No more than $5,000, or both such fine and imprisonment. Yeah. So neglect a child and where'd she go? Caddo. Um, KDM, me too. This is not, I mean, in the beginning we thought maybe this sweet girl had wandered off. And unfortunately, that is not the case. That is not what happened. Fly high, sweet girl, fly high. Now, in the case of Anna Walsh, today they placed murder charges on. Thank you, PS, for joining us. It is horrible news. They threw murder charges on Brian Walsh today. I'm not sure if those charges have been released for us to read yet, as to the probable cause of those charges. We knew that there would be charges coming, like there was no questions asked. In a little bit. Do not. So the body has not been found at this time. Anna Walsh's body has not been found, and at this moment, hopefully tomorrow we'll have more information. My guess, well, Fox is definitely having technical difficulties. My guess is that they were able to, we knew last week they were taking samples from the boys. And my guess is that is how they were able to pin murder charges, that they were able to match those samples to the samples from the basement. and the bloody knife that was found, probably other things as well. You guys, it's just a sad day. It's a heavy day. And I said yesterday, I said things are really, really quiet right now. So it had that eerie feeling yesterday. Literally, I mean, that's exactly what I put in. Like, I'm trying to find the words, and you guys know I usually have no trouble speaking, talking. Like, I normally have plenty to say, and today I just feel the same way as Wheezy. I have no words. Not right now. You didn't eat supper? I'm live. Yes, Julie, he walked out of that court last week with a smile on his face, and I don't know. I want to know if he's still smiling. I guess we'll see tomorrow when he goes back into the court. Right, Kristen. Possibly to DNA on hatchet and rug that was discarded in the dumpsters that law enforcement already have retrieved. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that there's probably, I don't know. I have to look and see if insanity is a plea that can be given in his case, because I believe he will probably go for the insanity plea if it is available in Massachusetts. He will probably go.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
KDM, yeah, I don't think. And another thing that he's probably smiling about is, you guys, he already has federal charges for selling Warhol paintings, fake Warhol paintings, and money laundering, wire fraud, that type of stuff. So he was already facing federal prison. So he'll still go to a federal prison, and we all know that a federal prison compared to a state penitentiary or a state prison, we'll just go there because my words aren't working, is nothing. It's nothing. He'll get to live that cushy life because he already has these federal charges pending. So, okay, Julie. So that leaves us going. This case is probably going to take a long time before we see it appear back into the court, because now they've got all of these things to put together and sentence him all at one time. So that may be why he has that psychotic smile on his face. It'll be interesting to see what comes up tomorrow in court. And I'm not sure what time we may do it. We may watch it live, you guys, and see what happens with that. Depends on what time it is. Now, I'm gonna play my video, you guys, that I made earlier. But please, you guys, please go and like that video. Oh. Oh. Oh, Lord. Okay, before we go to that, we're going to read what was sent to me. You're probably familiar with the insanity defense, but but do you understand how it works? How a defendant may be found not guilty by reason of insanity, and what the outcome of such a ruling is. No, an insanity defense does not claim that a defendant is innocent, but rather that they did commit the criminal act, but are not legally culpable for their conduct because of poor mental health. A defense of insanity is different than other defenses, such as self defense. If someone is found not guilty by reason of insanity, they are not released. Instead, they are committed to a mental institution. And though many believe an insanity defense can help anyone avoid a prison sentence, the reality is much different. According to law, all people are presumed to be sane, which means that the law assumes a defendant is sane until the defendant can prove that they are not. A defendant bears the burden of proving their insanity, which they must prove with clear and convincing evidence. Successfully proven insanity can be very difficult. First, a defendant must show that the insanity existed at the time of the crime occurred. Insanity only needs to exist at the time of the crime. So it is possible for a defendant to claim temporary insanity or that they were insane only for a short duration. Even if a defendant is found competent and sane in court, they may be able to mount an insanity defense based on the mental capacity at the time of the crime. Second, a defendant must show that due to the insanity, they either one, were not able to understand the consequences of their hold on. Were not able to understand the consequences of their actions, or to understand the consequences of their actions, but were not able to tell that what they were doing was wrong. Not only must a defendant prove all the elements above, they must do so by clear and convincing evidence, a high standard to meet. Clear and convincing evidence is higher than by preponderance of the evidence, which is the standard used in civil cases. If you or your loved one has been arrested for a crime, we don't need to tell you who to call. So, he's just got to prove that he was insane in the moment. Pretty much. Hey, Alley Cat. Thank you for joining us. All right. Now, let me pull this up. Please play my video. Just play it. Oh, Fox, I'll add you back up. Hello again. Well, it wouldn't be our show if it didn't. Oh, I shared the wrong video. I done shared this live. Lord jeez. Okay, let me go back to the right place. I'll be okay. One day. Sorry, I didn't go upstairs to the. I didn't go upstairs. He's playing the video game, so my computer is running very slow. Very, very slow. This is Hi Sluggy. All right. It's coming, you guys. Ow, here we go. I don't know why it's being so slow and making me mad. He's in there playing on the video game, and I guess that's why. It's taking too much of my internet. And he's got his headphones on, so he can't even hear me. Okay, if you notice at the end of that video, there's a quote.
So the search continuing tonight for missing 11-year-old Madalina Kojakari. This comes as we are seeing new details.
I don't know where that came from. Sorry. At the end of that video, it's just a 51-second video. Please go like it, go view it, go like it. There's the link in the chat for you guys to just go like it, comment on it. Let's get this. Let's get Madalina's face out there more than it is out there, you guys. I feel like she's being lost in the spotlight of other cases, and I want her home. I want her home. I want her to be able to be found wherever she may be. And things are already starting to quiet down. And I understand that there are cases that were there before Madalina that were already mainstream media. But
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, darling.
I'm here.
We still have to carry the torch. We still have to carry that torch, you guys. We need it to burn brighter. So
Absolutely.
how
We have to
how
keep
do we
persistent.
do that? Yeah, how do we do that? That's going to be liking, sharing, all of the things, commenting on the videos, whether it be mine or Sluggy's or anyone that is covering the case. Just if you are following any other creators, just fact check things, please. Please, please, please fact check things. Right now, things are very quiet. It's a long time until March. But that doesn't mean that tomorrow something might not come out before that March hearing that might be that missing puzzle piece. Or you may hear something that, if you're a local, you might hear something that may be a missing piece. Is there another person that we are not aware of? Is there another there's so many
Piece of
things.
evidence.
There's so many other, any piece of evidence could come up between now and that court case. Thank you,
And
Katie.
it could be something as so little as just the smallest of things that might not seem important, but could be very important in a large scheme of things. You know, like but also not to like Michelle said, make sure you don't, because there is still quite a few, you know, um, theories out there, and they're going to circulate, as they do with all of these cases. And so I think we have to trust that law enforcement knows what they're doing and not to, activate any kind of false narrative, so that they can make sure that they do what they need to do. I think they have a lot of evidence that, they're not going to show their cards with just at the moment. That's my feeling on it. But again, like Michelle, he said, we have to be persistent. We have to stay diligent about, keeping her name alive and her in the news. Because it's really important that we find this little girl, no matter what the outcome. We have to find her.
Shiny, the yellow ribbon is actually exactly what that stands for. The neighborhood hung those yellow ribbons on both sides of the entrance into
Mm-hmm.
their community. They and that is video footage that I caught the other day when I went, and I did catch some video footage outside of the home. Um, at the time, there was someone there inside the home, that was also caught on film. Um, in the moment, as a female, when something like that is to happen, when no one is supposed to be in the home, or you would not think anyone is in the home, I did have a moment where I kind of
I would have been
freaked.
startled.
Yeah, I was very startled. I wasn't expecting it, and looking back, I wish I had been a lot calmer in that situation. Um,
Hey, I think everything happens for a reason in those circumstances.
well,
We'll just have
yes,
to play it out and see what happens.
absolutely, and
Something
I,
good
I
could come from it, Michelle. Maybe he watched your videos and said, hey, maybe I'll reach out to her. Let's just keep our fingers crossed.
yeah, it's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
Anything is possible at this point in time, you guys. Anything is possible. The biggest thing is that in the midst, and this happens in every case, the focus gets shifted from the victim. And
And we can't have that. Mm-mm.
tonight I want to put the spotlight back on the victims. Um, there are times
Yeah.
when we're going to have to look at those that have wronged the victims. We're going to have to take a deep look in it. But when you look at
But we
this,
also can't jump to conclusions either because, if we take the focus off the victim, like you're saying, and it shifts to, say a possible perpetrator or a, theory, that could mess up this case altogether, especially if the police have their eye on somebody or some people or one person or a group of people. Like, we don't know what happened, right? So by
right?
keeping the focus on Madalena, it keeps her name out there. It keeps the possibilities of any kind of information coming into law enforcement. That is really important, and then does not get lost in that theory or that narrative that could be spread on either the streets of real life or in the YouTube community. And I think it's really important that this case stays clean because I think there's a lot of moving parts to this that we are unaware of. And when we
Oh
are
yeah,
made unaware of it, and the truth comes out about what did happen, then we can shift our focus and shift the blame on the people who are, factually, um, deemed, responsible for, her disappearance or otherwise, right?
yes, absolutely. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are this child has literally, her face has traveled the world at this point. Um, I'm surprised that, and normally with a case like this, it is picked up and it is spread a lot more than this one has, than Madalina's has been. Very surprised as to how this
I think,
didn't
mm,
pick up more than it has. Um,
I think it's in part and play of your channel and others like your channel, Michelle, that's actually made this a case people are aware of. If it hadn't been for people like you who are looking into these types of situations of missing kids that are not getting the attention that it needs to find out what happened, we wouldn't hear about them. I think that, so I think that's amazing of you, Michelle. Honestly, I would not have heard of this case if it had not been from you. Now, other channels could have picked it up. Maybe, maybe not. But I think that your work is really important, and I completely admire and adore you. So don't sell
Thank you.
yourself short. You're part of this as well. You're a big part of it. Her getting her name
And
out there.
I did make a community post last week with the groups that I do follow when it comes to these cases, um, where I
I
know
saw
that
that.
where I know that we try to stick to the facts. Yes, theories go in there. There's speculation in there, but in the process of those being put up, we have the opportunity to gather the facts and show that that's not how that happened. Um,
Hmm.
and you guys know that
Exactly.
I'm a big debunker. Like it's like
Hmm.
the one thing that I
You
I do
have to
more
be a
research.
skeptic to do
I do
this.
more
You
res
have
I
to.
do more research trying to debunk somebody's theory just because I
Well, it's
don't
the
know.
process of elimination, and you need to have the facts. And there's so much fluff and fact in the world that it makes us uncertain as to what is fact and what's fiction.
Right.
And I
And the
think
facts
that's,
of this case and the facts of Madalina's case, and we'll start from the very beginning.
hmm
She was last physically seen,
hmm
publicly seen
hmm
December 21st. November 21st,
hmm
getting off of her school bus. That was the last time that she was publicly seen.
and her mother has said that she had seen her that afternoon.
The mother's statement,
Her
now,
statement,
hold
her
on,
words. Yeah.
I'm going to grab it.
hmm
I'm going to grab it, put the statement up because I think it
Got
needs
to
to
keep it
be gone
factual.
over again. I think we need to
hmm
go over it again.
Because I
Um,
feel like there's a missing piece of time. I know you do too, and I know a lot of our listeners do as well. Your listeners. There's just something that does not add up. Like that missing day. There's a missing day here in the timeline. I feel like that's not being accounted for. So yeah, I think we should go over that again and just look at it. Maybe somebody in chat will see something we don't see. Can I just say hello to everybody in chat real quick?
yeah, go ahead. I'm looking
I
for
had a
this.
hard time getting connected to everybody. I'm really sorry. Um, for some reason, my settings were all messed up on my phone when I switched to my Bluetooth wireless headset that I got for Christmas. And it was all messed up when I tried to hook up my corded ones, which shouldn't do that. So for some reason, StreamYard was all blocked out and strange. But anyway, I have it all sorted. I'm just really sorry it took me so long and was so interruptive on your show, Michelle, when you started out.
Oh, you're
Um,
good.
and I missed half of what anyone said, so I do apologize.
So
I'm just
much
going to
stuff
look
on
through
this computer.
comments while you're doing that. Oh, hey, KDM. Lazy. Hey, Kristen. Oh, Sluggy Sue. Alley Cat. Aw. You should let it go. Oh. Get a good group in here. We always have a good group. We always have a good group.
Why can't I find it now? It's probably on the other computer that I can't go live from.
My glitchiness has, it's viral apparently. A gloomy hello. Aw, KDM.
KDM,
So
it
you're not
is a
feeling
gloomy
good,
hello.
girl.
Today is just,
It's a lot. It's a lot. Today's it's that kind of a day, guys. Yes. It's a lot. You know, we have a couple of really sad updates. Hopefully Madalina will be the exception. Hey RT, TF. RT and TF. I didn't mean to do that. Oh Lord. Hey Casey. I know your sister's in here.
she's gone. She did
Oh,
come
she
by my
left.
house earlier.
She just came to say hi. Oh,
She
did
came
she?
and
Oh,
seen
that's
me.
nice.
Yeah, she came to, I can't, never mind.
Oh, by the way, while you're looking for that as well, nice shorts. The quick little shorts you're working on. Your
Thank you.
little,
I'm working on
yeah,
them,
I
but
know you're doing good.
work in progress.
I'm telling you, that's where it's at for 2023. I'm telling you, these little shorts, they're gonna help a lot of content creators.
I gotta get them actually.
You have to bring traffic
I
to your
gotta get out
channel.
of
The
the
more
shadow
people,
ban.
yes, the more people know and see your channel. You guys share her channel, even with people you don't think would be interested. Like I've shared her channel on literally every group I follow on Facebook. If I get banned for it, I don't care. The more people that follow are more eyes and ears to follow the case and maybe somebody that can help. So
It's on my
share.
other. I have to go find it somewhere else because it is on the other computer. I got to figure out how to. I need to contact StreamYard like vocally.
I know they're being glitchy. It doesn't
No, I
usually.
can't sign in on the new computer because it's under my personal email that I'm locked out of. Okay.
I agree, KDM. KDM says people are going to be more mindful of their time. I think shorts are a great way to spread the word. Yeah, and you know what? Also with shorts, not only just to spread the word, but keep it simple to the fact that nobody can like come in and jump to conclusions and start spreading crap all over YouTube. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's short to the point. It's the truth. It's the facts, and then boom. You know what I mean? It's not this like 6-hour video, where I'm just talking to you about nothingness and, theories and yeah. Anyway. Cool. Y'all get it? You all set? Perfect.
I found it. All right, guys. This is the arrest sheet. The
Right.
arrest sheet.
So this was her statement to the police. Okay.
This was what happened when they arrested, or why they arrested. Let me rephrase that. On Thursday, December 15th, 2022, at approximately 13:12, so 3:12 in the afternoon.
1. Did you say 13:12? That's 1 o'clock. 1:12.
No. Are you sure?
Is it military hours or 13? It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
12 and then 13 and then 14.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry. Yeah. So 1:12, officer responded to Bailey Middle School, located at, I don't need to give you the address. The compliant Diana Kojakari, who resides at, they redacted their address, reported her juvenile daughter, Madalina Kojakari, has been missing since approximately 1200 hours on Tuesday, November 22nd. Okay. You might want to get a pen and write this down.
Okay.
One of the mods wants to type this up in the chat so that we can go through this. Because I'm going to admit, until this was brought to my attention 2 nights ago, yesterday, one of the two, yesterday or the day before, this was brought to my attention. I did not catch this in the beginning. So 1,200 hours on Tuesday. Lunchtime on Tuesday, November 22nd.
So 12 noon on the
On November
22nd.
22nd.
1:15 in the afternoon was the last time she said.
Nope, that's on
What now?
December 15th at 1:12 was when the officer was called to Bailey Middle School.
Okay, gotcha.
And then Diana reported that Madalina had been missing since approximately 1,200 hours on Tuesday, November 22nd.
Okay.
So she had approximately been missing since Tuesday the 22nd at lunchtime. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
On Monday, December 12th, 2022,
Excuse me.
at approximately this is the day that this doesn't go with the timeline. December 12th, 2022, at approximately 1400 hours, Bailey Middle School Resource Officer Jay Nobles attempted a home visit with sixth grade school counselor, name is redacted, in reference to Madalina Kojokari. Name is redacted, stated Madalina Kojokari has not been to school since Monday, November 21st, 2022. There was no answer at the door, and a truancy packet was left by the counselor. Okay. On Wednesday, December 14th, the counselor advised Madalina Kojokari's mother, Diana Kojokari, called her requesting a meeting in reference to Madalina. The counselor advised Diana Kojokari, stated she would bring Madalina to school on Thursday and meet with the counselor in reference to the truancy. So she was going to bring Madalina to school on the 15th. On Thursday,
December 15th.
December. She's been missing since November the 22nd, according to Mom's first statement. Okay. On Thursday, December 15th of 2022, Diana Kojokari arrived at the school without Madalina and met with the counselor, and then the counselor requested that Officer Nobles step into the meeting. When Officer Nobles arrived, Miss Lampkin and Diana advised me that Madalina has been missing since Tuesday, November 23rd, 2022, at approximately 1,200 hours.
So where's the day? Where's the one day?
Well,
where's the 22nd?
What day is a Tuesday? Is it a 22nd or is it a 23rd?
Huh?
I know.
Okay, Tuesday, it goes from December 12th to November.
Tuesday was the 22nd.
Okay, right.
But then which she told the counselor, she told one officer that it was Tuesday, November 22nd. Then she tells another officer that it was Tuesday, November 23rd. But the time stayed the same. Okay. Now, Officer Noble spoke to Diana Kojokari, who advised she last saw Madalina on Wednesday, November 23rd.
Right.
At 2,200 hours.
At 22, so that's 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. So it went from...
that's 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, sorry, 10 o'clock at night. Pardon me. You're right. 10 o'clock. So we went that means...
her at lunchtime on Tuesday.
Yep. Noon.
On Tuesday.
Till 10 o'clock Wednesday night, the following day.
Then she stated that Madalina went into her room that night to go to bed. Diana stated her and her husband, Christopher Palmiter, argued that night, and the next morning he drove to his family's house in Michigan to recover some items. Diana Kojokari stated she went to check on Madalina around 11:30 hours on the 24th.
Hang on. So, he drives out to Michigan in the a.m. Do we know what time in the a.m.? We don't know. We just know it's in the morning.
Strongly believe.
I
strongly believe that it was mid-morning.
Okay.
Early afternoon.
Okay. So, the night before, they get in an argument. They obviously work it out because it doesn't storm off. She goes in and checks on her. It's 10 o'clock at night. Goes to bed.
She's in bed at 10
Wakes
o'clock at night.
up.
Oh, wait.
And
The story gets changed again.
uh-huh.
So,
Another change.
okay.
Hmm.
On the 20 at 11:30 on the 24th,
Mhm.
and noticed Madalina was not in her room. Diana Kojokari stated she waited until Saturday, November 26th at 1900 hours when Christopher returned home before asking if he knew where Madalina was.
Wait, what date?
November 26th.
What the hell? So we have another missing day.
Oh, no, that's 3 days.
25th and the 23rd. And yes, the whole day of the 26th. Interesting.
She didn't just
So
pick up a
what was
phone
she
and call him.
doing? What was she doing for 48 hours neglecting her daughter?
Hold on.
Okay, keep going.
Christopher stated he did not and asked the same question in return. I asked Diana why she did not report Madalina missing until now, 22 days later. Diana stated she worried it might start a conflict between her and Christopher. Officer Nobles requested she contact Christopher and have him come to the school. Officer Nobles then contacted Detective G. Patterson and Detective B. Nichols for assistance. So now the school
Hang on.
resource
I'm getting
officer-
confused, Michelle. Just don't.
Oh,
Maybe the rest of the chat is too. So just clarify. Do these two people live together? Because how in the world would he say, "Why did you?"
it gets,
Okay.
hold on. Okay.
All right. Okay.
This timeline is like,
Hmm.
it's,
Mhm.
I did not catch it the first time. I did not catch the 22nd, 23rd discrepancy until someone gave me the paragraph by paragraph by paragraph.
Mhm.
And then I read this thing so many times the day before yesterday, it's not even funny. Right. On Thursday, December 15th, 2022, Chris Palmiter stated that on 11/23/2022, he left his residence to make a trip to Michigan to pick up items. He advised that he did not see Madalina the day he left and believed that the last time he saw her was a week before his trip.
A week
He
before.
stated
Okay.
He stated that he returned to his residence on 11/26 and asked his wife Diana where Madalina was, and Diana said that she did not know. Chris told Diana that he did not know where Madalina was either. Chris stated that he asked Diana if she had hidden Madalina, and Diana asked Chris if he had hidden Madalina, and they both said no. Chris did not report her missing to the police at that time. Chris stated he spoke with Diana several times about Madalina's whereabouts over the next 3 weeks, and both stated they did not know where she was, but they did not contact the police to report Madalina missing. Now, you guys, this is the original report. They have probably been interviewed so many times since then that the cops have probably lost count. Okay, the detectives
I
probably
was
don't
just
even
gonna
know.
say I would hate to be a detective on this case. Like she is
So,
spinning. Okay. So here's my star
Detective
question. When you're done, let me know. I'm going to tell you my star question on all this.
Detective Patterson questioned Miss Diana regarding her missing daughter. She explained that she believed her husband put her family in danger, but did not know what happened to Madalina. She stated that she contacted her family in Moldova, who advised she contact the police and still hesitated to call. Diana stated Madalina did not have a phone. Madalina's backpack and some clothes were missing from the residence. Diana stated Madalina did not have any friends she would stay with, and they have no family around due to Diana being from Moldova. Detective Nichols and I went to the address to search Madalina's room. Miss Kojokari and Mr. Palmiter were adamant that they did not know where Madalina could be. While in the residence, I noticed an area blocked with plywood off the kitchen. Detective Nichols asked about the area, and Mr. Palmiter stated that they had planned to make a separate apartment due to the circumstances surrounding the absence of Madalina Kojokari and the 3-week delayed reporting Madalina missing. I believe there is probable cause for an arrest. Now, this was the original, very first thing put out, okay? So, originally, she states that there's another one somewhere. Let me see if I can. There's another one. I don't want to. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see. It's on my phone. If I have to read it off of my phone, I will. And then show it.
Yes, KDM. Red flag after red flag after red flag.
Right.
But you got, now, this is just a perfect example of how easy one can get confused when just reading the actual timeline. What is in there is not seen right away, right? It's like they're giving us information without giving us information.
This is the paragraph that really gets me. Okay, I'm going to read it.
All right.
Officer Nichols spoke to Diana Kojokari, who advised she last saw Madalina on Tuesday, November 22nd at 1200 hours. She stated that Madalina went into her room that night to go to bed. But you didn't see her. The last time you saw her was at lunchtime on that Tuesday. She stated that Madalina, like, I'm not making this up, like, this is another arrest sheet for the date. Like, it's on here. I'm going to like, you can't make this.
Just to clarify, she states that she last seen her daughter on November 22nd at 12 noon, correct?
This paragraph right here.
Yes,
This
and
right
that she
here
went into her room that night.
Again, and we're going to go back through this time, okay? Officer Noble spoke to Diana Kojokari, who advised she last saw Madalina on Tuesday, November 22nd at 1200 hours. She stated that Madalina went into her room that night to go to bed. Diana stated her and her husband, Christopher Palmiter, argued that night, and the next morning he drove to his family's house in Michigan to recover some items. Diana Kojokari stated she went to check on Madalina around 11:30 on the 24th.
Jesus. Okay.
You haven't seen her since November 22nd at 1200 hours. You didn't check on her until 11:30 on the 24th?
Right.
What happened to the whole day of the 23rd?
Yep. But
then you change your story. I mean, like, that story changed so many times.
Right.
In such a short amount of time.
And here are my red flags, okay? So, yes, there's a day of discrepancy, okay? Yes, so that's odd. That's the first red flag,
That's a
right?
whole lot.
Now, my other red flag is, why on earth would he ask her if she hid her daughter? And why would she ask him if he hid her daughter? Why would she need hiding?
That I don't know. Like that.
From what? From whom? For what reason? Right? That's my first red flag. The second, and this is probably why another reason why they arrested her. Why did she need to contact her family in Moldova?
Well, I have translated those articles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in the very beginning, someone that can speak their language
Mm-hmm.
contacted Diana's mother,
Mm-hmm.
and she stated she wasn't even aware that Madalina was missing.
Okay.
But then, like the next day or 2 days later, an article comes out from the grandfather. Hi, Elizabeth. But then makes it sound like you guys, I would have to go and translate it to get it word for word. So I'm just gonna give you a
But there's an overall feeling of like, why do you think they had that conversation? Like, was there a question of her parenthood that, they were wondering, like, or was there a question of, that they checked in each week with each other and they hadn't heard from her? Like, what's just the basic
they said that
reasoning?
they made it sound like Chris doesn't allow her to call. But then when the sister did her interview, she made it sound like Diana told her that she woke up the morning that Madalina went missing and she was drugged. Like she had just woken up from anesthesia. It was
Interesting. Another.
like, but the sister did just do another interview the other day talking about how it was the greatest year of her last year was the greatest year of her life. She had the best Christmas ever. And I'm like,
Interesting.
your niece was reported missing just a couple of days before
Mm-hmm.
Christmas. How is it the best Christmas you ever had? Like,
So the sister's questionable. Okay. So now my other red flag through this. Okay. So we have the one about why were they asking each other if the other hit her? Why would you hide her? No. Did you hide her? No. Why would she be hiding? The other question, the family. Okay. That's odd. The third one was, why would she have had clothes and a backpack gone?
I'm guessing that she was trying to say she ran away.
Mm-hmm. So we got a runaway story.
I
Or
mean, I'm
a,
I'm
a,
guessing
a,
that's why she
a
did that.
pointing towards that, right? Okay. Like an excuse of some kind. So this is the biggest one I'm curious about. Well, not the biggest one. The biggest one is the hiding one, but this is an interesting one. How long did this couple live in the United States before moving from Moldova?
So
Do you know?
Chris has always lived in the United States.
Okay, so he's from there,
They
clearly,
got
yeah.
married. They moved to Cornelius. They bought their house in Cornelius in 2017.
Okay.
I think she and Madalina came in 2016. But I don't have proof that it was before then or after that or whatever. But that
Mm-hmm.
is
But
from what.
it's an idea of about 6-7 years, we'll say, just if
Mhm.
we had to guess.
Yeah.
Which would explain why she would want to call her parents weekly or whatever. And maybe, they couldn't afford the phone bill and didn't recognize that their WhatsApp was out there. And so maybe, the husband's like, oh, we can't afford all these long distance phone calls, whatever. You could explain that away. The clothes in the backpack, that's odd considering one story she's telling her family she felt drugged and she woke up and she was missing and her clothes and backpack was gone. Another story, she tells the police department that she did not notice her until the night before and that she was fine the night before when she went to bed, but didn't check on her for, 24 hours, which is odd.
No, it's like 48 hours. The
48 hours, pardon me.
1,200 hours, so lunchtime on the 22nd, and didn't check on her until 11:30 on the 24th. So what happened the all day of the 23rd?
Right. And at 11:30 on the 24th, is that PM or AM? Must be AM. It can't be PM on the
Yeah,
24th.
11:30 is 11:30. Like
That's
it's
PM.
in
That's AM.
military. Yeah.
Yeah, a.m. Okay, that's the 24th. So we're looking at, I see it. I see it. We're looking at 2 days roughly
Hmm.
of her being neglected or potentially unseen by the mother. So my question is, where was the mother for 2 days that she couldn't check on her daughter? Was that what the
No,
argument was about?
no Thanksgiving dinner. The three of them were not together for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Chris was in Michigan
Mm-hmm.
from the 23rd to the 26th.
Wow.
But when she noticed her missing on the 24th at lunchtime, she waited until Chris came back from his trip to ask if he knew where Madalina was.
She couldn't call him on the phone?
Thank you.
Like, hello, last red flag. No phone
That's
call.
my biggest flag. That's my biggest red flag.
Why
Why did
wait?
you wait? What did you do? Just sit there on the couch and twiddle your thumbs while you're waiting
That's
for your husband to come home from Michigan, which is a
that's
12 to
four
14
four
hour
extra
drive.
days. 4 extra days on top of the 2 days she didn't see her. So that's a total of 6 days that she did nothing. Why? Was she being held against her will? I mean, was this some kind of weird thing, exchange gone wrong? I mean, there's so many theories. Like, no wonder, like, I'm not going to talk about that because we don't want to go there, but that's bizarre. That's factual. 6 days. Factual. 23rd to the 26th, he was in Michigan. That's his statement, right? Factual.
Yes, that
She
is
didn't
fact.
report her
Yeah.
until the 24th at 11:30 a.m. And on the 23rd, he left. So,
I mean, either way, neither one of them
or sorry, not
reported her
report her.
missing. And then the only reason that she was reported missing
Is
was
because the
because,
truancy officer.
right. So Diana went to the school. She told them the day before she would be there with Madalina, then goes in and says, "Oh no, she's been missing for 22 days. I haven't seen her." But I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
So here's the thing. Do we now clearly we're not going to get, I don't think, the statement from, unless this goes to trial and it comes out in an open court where, it's visual, um, if there's any kind of interviewing going on between the teacher and what the interactions were with the teacher and the child and the Chris and the mom and all that. We don't know that. Okay. Let's put that on the shelf. As far as we can know, that she was out sick for at least 2 weeks of school. Correct? That's what she told the
her
school
last
in
day at school was the 21st.
21st of
They were on
November.
break the 23rd, 24th, 25th
Right.
for Thanksgiving,
Right.
but she did not return after Thanksgiving.
So
Not
do we
reported
know if she called
until
in
Christmas
sick
break.
or reported her sick or anything like that in any other statement she made?
The only thing I can say to that is that the school is under a gag order.
Uh-huh. So I would like to think that there is evidentiary information that they're going to use from that school, because I bet you that this mother had called in and said she'd been sick on a certain amount of days, on the days that she claims that she didn't realize I don't know. There's something off there. So we won't talk about that because we don't know the facts. But all we do know is that there's a gag order, which means there's probably some pretty good information over there that the cops are working on to build a case.
Yeah, the school is not allowed to talk.
No English.
Yeah, the school
So
cannot.
school's got a gag order.
Well, I don't know that it's a gag order, but they are under very much they are very much authorized that they cannot speak. That
Mm-hmm.
so
Right.
if you come across someone speaking,
Well, because it's an investigation. It's an active
yeah,
investigation.
if it's
Oh.
someone from school talking, I would be very, very please
Mm-hmm.
don't take that information and put it out. If you
No.
see it, don't put out information from the school. That's the only thing that I mean, like that's don't put the school at risk. Don't put the investigation at risk.
Mm-hmm.
So
But here's my
it had
other
not have been
question.
for the school, at the end of the day, if it had not been for the school
Yeah.
catching this,
Yeah.
she would still we still wouldn't know that she was missing.
Right.
So
I have one other question that I just wanted to ask because I want to go back to this one other factor. How does the December 12th factor in?
that is the day that the police officer, the school resource officer, and the school counselor went to the house.
They flagged it. Okay. So December 12th, it was flagged. So what happened between the 26th of November when Chris came home and December 12th when they were contacted by the police? Well, the truancy officer.
We don't know.
Yep. That's the missing
That
timeline.
whole,
The
that
23rd of
whole,
November, right? Half of the 22nd. Then well, basically the rest of a month, really.
yep, 22 days.
22 days. That's really profoundly unsettling. I'm not throwing like theories out or anything, but if I was a detective, I would be my suspect would be the mom. It's like, what? How are you not gonna? This is your child. Like, does she not understand? Is that her biological child? Like was she babysitting? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a biological child. And
Was there
and the
any
mother,
talk of neglect in that family by her, or do you know?
there's never been any talk of it that is, publicly known.
Right.
Um,
Wow.
but I mean,
This is
from
crazy.
the photos and things that I have seen of Madalina, I would never
Right.
think because she's always dressed nice. Her,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, physically, she's a beautiful little girl and she always looks kept and put together. Like, um, no signs of abuse that, in the photos and videos that we do have. So
I like
it'll be
Elizabeth Lander's
interesting
comment, Michelle. Did you see it?
if she called in 5 days, then it would allow then 10 truancy days on top of it. That is
Which
why.
would be 15 days.
So Elizabeth, hold on, let me get my calendar.
Because that's 15 days, so we have...
Okay. So November. Okay. 1, 2. They were out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So if no one was calling into the school, then it would have been, let's see,
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 days. The 12th would
And
have been the 12th day that she missed school. But
if we
we'll have to wait for court.
right, but check this out. If we take the 22nd, right,
Mm-hmm.
and the 23rd as one
Mm-hmm.
full day, we'll say 24 hours, okay? Take that out of the equation. That leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Mom calls in sick. Just saying.
She
1,
was not
2.
at school on the 22nd. The last time she
Oh,
was
I
at school
know.
was the 21st.
Right.
They were out for Thanksgiving break the 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
Okay. So then we'll take out the 23rd and the 24th as a day. That leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days at the 29th would be the 5th day that she would have to call that she would have to call in sick if that's what she did to get excused, which leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days on the 8th of December.
Which I don't know if you can get a truancy packet like within a
And then
day.
6 more days on the 13th. So they probably had a week, that's 6 days to get that together to serve her. Because taking out weekends, you have business days, right?
There will
So
be more, like as you know, we get. I
it'll be
mean, I will
interesting
be
what
going
happens.
to court. I'll be going to the courthouse on March 2nd. I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping a press release will happen soon because we've not had one,
Mm-hmm.
and
We're due.
we're almost a month in. She's been missing for 2 months,
Excuse me.
but we are to the investigation almost.
Mm-hmm.
December 15th. Oh wait, we're over a month now. This is the
Yeah.
17th. So a month.
And guys, sorry if I
Hopefully
don't mean to
investigation.
like be a hypocrite by, speculating all this, but I was just trying to work out a timeline with, possible days that she could have been called in sick, possible days that she could have been, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would have been the second, and then another. Yeah. So, I mean, it's sketchy. I mean, that's a lot of damn days to have a child go. Like, what? I don't understand. So your brain kind of just goes there, Anyway. I guess we'll have to wait and see what other facts come out.
Yes. I can tell you things that I will be listening for
Mm-hmm.
when one, we waited 3 days for those warrants to be unsealed. When they were unsealed, they were heavily redacted. Heavily redacted.
Which screams information.
There was
They're building a case.
24 or 29 things that were taken from the home that are redacted out.
Yes. So that
Lockdown
tells you
was
right then and there, Michelle,
we can
that
see what they
yep.
were allowed to gather. We were, the search warrant does show what they were allowed to gather, but the only things that were publicly put out from the search warrants was what we already know and the 3 iPhones, which Mom stated that Madalina did not have a cell phone. So either Madalina did have a cell phone and you kept it, or one of you or Chris has 2 cell phones.
And it was only the 2 of them living in that house with Madalina?
Mm-hmm. There's only 3. Just the 3 of them.
Mm-hmm. So who had the extra phone is my question. If it wasn't hers, was it a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a best friend? Did the sister come and stay?
This is my opinion. I don't know. But, mean, she's 11.
I'm going to assume it was her
have
phone.
A phone.
She would have to have a phone.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going to think that I mean, in
I
my personal
mean,
opinion, and only my opinion,
but we
is
know this
that
much. We know if from the statement, right? Chris said that he saw her on the 22nd, right? Because
no,
he left on the 23rd.
he believes that the last time he saw her was a week prior. But
So where was he for a week
I don't
before the
know.
20? That's the other missing timeline. Why were they separated for a week? There's something not right here
I don't
with
know.
their relationship. I feel there's a flag there as well. Um, I'm not saying they're guilty of anything. I'm just saying there's a weird time frame from him saying that he hadn't possibly seen her a week before the 22nd. He left on the 23rd. They had an argument. The timeline is a mess.
Okay, so these are questions that I want to know. So if yeah, the math isn't mathing. Um
Yeah, Katie
Again,
M. Why
if
did we take
there's
off right before
anyone,
Thanksgiving?
again, I'm gonna say this, if there's anyone that can answer these questions, my I am open to hearing things, but I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
fact check you. I'm going to check what you tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, one,
As you should.
one, when was the last time Chris actually seen Madalina?
Yep,
Did
that's
he
what I want
really
to know.
not see her for a week prior? I mean, really? Not see her
The
for
only way that would make sense, Michelle, is if they had a breakup and he left, went somewhere else for a week, cooled off, came back, got in a fight on the 22nd, that he came back, didn't see her. She told him she's upstairs sick in bed probably. They had an argument. He stays overnight, goes to bed, leaves the next morning. Assumes she's there. That's the only if he's innocent in any of this, it's the only way that makes sense to me in my mind. Like, right? Because how would he not have seen her for a week and not reported it himself?
I don't know.
And if he didn't
Her
see her
husband.
in a week and she was seen on the 22nd at coming from school, clearly she was visibly alive and in the home and going to school. So where was he during that week that he didn't see her, right? Doesn't make sense. Does track. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, what was the argument about? What they get in a fight over? We don't know, right? The next day he leaves right before Thanksgiving. Why did he leave before Thanksgiving? Why did he not go up and check on his daughter? Goodbye, I'm taking off. I'm going to Michigan, blah, blah, blah. Hugs and kisses. Hope you feel better. None of that. We don't hear any of that statement. He goes off. He doesn't return for 6 whole days. During those
Three.
6 days,
Three.
3 days, pardon me. During
23rd
those
to
3 days,
26th.
yeah. During those 3 days, um, he comes home. She's nowhere to be found. And they still don't report her missing. Why doesn't he report her? Like, hello, where's my child? Nothing. December 13th rolls around because the truancy officer, like you said, nobody would have known if this truancy officer hadn't come around. So one can deduct from the process of elimination that, can I swear?
Mm-hmm.
There is fuckery afoot. I mean, I'm just going to say it. It
I
just
mean,
reeks.
it.
Yes, KDM, 2 plus 2 equals 5 in this case. I don't want to laugh because it's not funny. It's not. It isn't. It's just it's disgusting. I mean, I don't. I'm going to tell you right now. If I don't know how it is in the United States, but if my child wasn't heard or seen of in like out with an hour, like I don't know, like somebody in my family would be like, "What's going on, Mariska? Like, where's blah 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 blah." Nothing.
Yeah,
But 22
but there was
like
no
day
family. There was no family, and apparently no friends
that can't be. There's no way
to
those people had no
question.
friends. Why would they have no friends, Michelle? What's that tell you? It's weird.
I don't know. I don't know. They were very isolated people.
Kristen, use the cursey words. Let it out. Um,
We don't live an isolated life. Goodbye.
I know. It's so weird.
We go out and associate.
When's the last time you left the house?
Like, listen, everybody can be reclusive. I go through periods of reclusivity where I go within and reflect and, go through my hermit mode or whatever. But I'm still calling people. My son's still active. He's still calling people. It's like, you can't tell me that little girl didn't have any friends at school. Not one friend. She's 11 years old. Not one friend. Come on. I don't believe that. I don't believe she had no friends. Another thing too, I don't believe is that um that 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 the two of them there is no logical explanation in my mind to suggest any other like conclusion to this sea of question marks in my mind about this case as to why they did not report her missing from day dot. That's the only question here. That's the only question here,
Yeah.
which is most likely
Why?
why they went in and did what they did and collected what they collected and got the information from the school and heard all the different weird stories and her saying what she's saying multiple different times, him saying what he's saying, don't add up, don't jive. No wonder they were both arrested.
Yeah.
Like, now, are they guilty? We don't know, but why did they not report them? Were they under duress? Were they being held hostage? There are multiple plausible, situations for this, right? Maybe he didn't drive to Michigan. Maybe they were tied up in the basement somewhere. We don't know anything except for what's been factually presented in front of us. So our minds can go crazy with this, but we're not going to allow it because we're going to stick to what we know. And what we know is so mind-boggling that I can't wrap my head around it. I just can't.
Well, there's not a basement.
No,
So they weren't
not a
tied up in the
basement.
basement.
So we can rule that out. There we go. Process of elimination.
But
Michelle strikes again. But yeah, it's weird. Like, was this a kidnapping gone wrong? Was this like a some sort of, I don't know, blackmail gone wrong? I mean, maybe they thought she had ties to some kind of Moldova mob family. I don't know. But
I don't know.
listen, all I can
It
say
is a
is
very
that
secretive lifestyle.
it's
There's
just, it
not.
screams, if it's secret and they keep themselves and they're isolating, that screams a little bit sketch there to me.
I
No
mean,
friends.
North Carolina. I
Thank you,
honestly,
Krista.
like, I've seen them. Oh, thank you. I've seen. I mean, I'm not bragging on my state, but they get on things and they get on them fast, and they definitely.
No, KDM, you're not sketch, honey. It's different when you're alone and you have if you're just, doing your thing. But if you have children that are 11 years old and they're missing for 22 days, then you're sketch. Then you're sketch. You don't report them. Like, what I meant by the isolating thing was that, this is a family of 3, right? They move to the United States, they get married, they live there for roughly, we know, maybe 6-7 years together as a couple. If that's so, which, and then brings us to the present. This girl's 11 years old. Is this his biological daughter? I don't think so. It can't be. Unless
No,
he
it's
went over
not.
there and knew her over there. Huh?
It's not his biological daughter, but
Okay.
he's had her since he's been in her life.
Since she came here. So where's the bio dad? Did the bio dad get wind of her leaving and came here?
No.
I mean, that's another possibility. We don't know.
Well, we don't know, but it has been. He's never been involved in her life.
Michelle,
more.
my mind wants to run with so many speculation and theories at this moment. I'm
I
going to stay
know, I
quiet.
know,
It's
I
so hard
know,
not to. I want to
I
say stuff
know,
like,
I
oh
know.
my God, she ran off with this kid to the States and hooked up with a guy to stay safe and secure and away from somebody who was bad news. And he found her and took this kid and, for blackmail ransom. And then something went wrong. And I mean, I could go off the deep end. Like,
Shiny, you did hear that part. It was in the arrest sheet where they questioned each other after Chris came back. I mean, Madalina was already gone when Chris arrived back home. And he asked where Madalina was, and then she turned around and asked him, and then she was like, or he asked, "Did you hide her?" And then she said, "No, did you hide
did
her?"
you
And
hide her? Yeah. Like, why did she need to be hid? Like, that was my question too. Like, what was so dangerous that she needed to be hidden? What was happening?
I have
Hey,
no idea.
Mark. Yeah. So I guess we'll have to wait and see how these
Yeah.
facts unfold. It will be very interesting to see what happens next week. Michelle, hopefully you'll be able to report back to us and let us know how that
Oh no,
goes.
we don't get to go to court till March 2nd.
Oh, what's next week then? Oh, Leilani's thing.
Yes, Leilani's.
Did you talk about that
Huh?
yet? Did you mention that at all yet?
They don't go to court. The parents don't go back to court until March 2nd.
When's
Hmm?
When's that cruise?
Sometime in March. Waiting on Fisher's approval date. What was we talking about? Oh, Leilani.
Leilani.
Leilani was not supposed to be back in court for a while, but she has a new court date that was announced last week. This is the Quentin Simon case, you guys. The mother who killed her 18-month.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, allegedly, the mother was arrested for killing her 18-month-old and throwing him in the dumpster and then finding him in the landfill.
Yeah.
Even saying that is just
It's just gross.
it's disgusting just saying those words. But she has requested, or her lawyer has requested, that they come back to court next Wednesday, to open up the DSS orders. So,
Oh, that's right. Because we spoke on that earlier tonight when I was saying how maybe the lawyer's going to play the angle of like, the mom was responsible. Why wasn't DSS? If DSS, blah, 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 maybe it's their fault, not Leilani's. It's their fault and the mom's and the grandma's fault and, all this kind of thing. That would be a good defense if there's anything in there to suggest that the mother wasn't fit as well, the grandmother, because the grandmother had custody of those children. Right?
Yes.
But it still doesn't excuse what happened if that's what she did. And clearly there's a lot of evidence to suggest that is the truth. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes as well. Where's that court case being held? Do you know?
Savannah.
Is it down in Georgia? Yeah, it's Savannah. Okay. Interesting.
Yep,
That'll be if that's televised, oh my gosh. That will be a
that
circus.
particular one will not be televised.
You're
That
sure?
No, next week's will not be televised. It may be.
No, but I just mean that if it goes to trial.
Oh, it's hard to say.
Because that'll be
I mean, I plan to be in Savannah for that trial.
Good. Report back to us all. And then, wasn't there somebody else? Was there any news on the Idaho 4? I feel like there was something that just came out.
With the Idaho 4?
Yeah, with who was arrested. I can't think of offhand. Maybe chat knows.
Ryan Koberger was arrested. He had his first appearance in court. He waived his right to a speedy trial.
I knew that. He has to be expedited back.
He's already been expedited back.
Yeah.
They did that quickly.
Yep. And then they did the speed trial thing. He didn't want that. But there was something else that was released. Something else was, I don't know if it was released as factual or if it was just, it's probably just hearsay. You know, something to do with text messages, perhaps, that they may have
Oh,
found
oh, oh,
between.
oh, 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 oh.
Is that
What?
crap? Should I not say anything?
Yes, there's allegedly, there are Instagram messages
Right. That's it.
between Brian and someone
The
in the
victims.
home, but they said that,
Oh no, they didn't say the victim. They said someone in the home. Correct.
it was allegedly there was no response.
So the person didn't respond back.
Yeah.
But if they have proof of that factually to enter into court evidence,
I'm assuming they have proof of it, but I don't know. It's, as far as I know, it's alleged. Well, did we lose you? We lost her, you guys.
Did we lose?
We lost Foxy. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to hop off, eat some dinner, go watch some TV, unwind for a little bit. It's been a long day, a sad day. I'm just gonna have to
I'm
keep.
say goodnight to everyone as well.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to continue to pray and
Mm-hmm.
hope and look for the answers.
Mm-hmm. I hope that God sheds light on all this, because like I said, if she's still alive somewhere, I want her to come home safe and sound. If she's
Yep.
the opposite, then I'd love to see her have peace and her justice, right? So,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, thanks for having me on, Michelle. Sorry it took me a while to get on the show or on your live, but I enjoyed myself, and I'm glad we got a chance to speak on this today because it's very important. And just a shout out to all the, hey, Alicat, all the chat in here, supporting your channel. It's amazing. You guys don't forget to share, like, and if you haven't subbed, which you all have already, please share. So the more people we get to know these cases, the more we'll get these kids out there. And like I said, it just, like we said on one of the last lives she was on, that it only takes one voice, one person, one thing that could make a huge difference in any of these cases. So anyway, keep fighting the good fight, as they say. And I'm going to say goodnight.
Good night. Good night, you
Thanks for
guys. I will
having
see
me.
you all soon. I will update you if we're going to do the live, if court for Brian Walsh is public tomorrow.
Yeah.
If not, we will touch base when the information from court comes out. So I will see you guys on the other side. Good night.